I can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in Idaho, in almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association, reminding you to always practice good sportsmanship.
Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
Let's talk about open enrollment.
No matter how you find your grade, it's about whatever makes you say to yourself, I am great.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Welcome on a Friday night opening round of the state playoffs here from Hillcrest High School. This is an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of the Idaho High School Football Playoffs. State playoff coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, Your Health Idaho, IDEAL, which is Idaho's college savings program, Valleywide Cooperative, your local Toyota dealers, Dip Fusion Helmet Reconditioning, and of course the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Tonight we come to you live from Hillcrest High School, where the Sandpoint Bulldogs 3-6 on the season, just kind of barely making the playoffs as they come into town to face the Hillcrest Knights, and they're opposite, 6-3 on the season. Of course, played for the state championship game last year, falling to Bishop Kelly. Hi everyone, my name's Lance Taylor. I'm joined tonight essentially by Kyle Fuzz Taylor on the camera. I'll be bringing play-by-play to you. This should be an interesting matchup. Sandpoint has been a very tough team as of late. However, this year just kind of struggled to get wins up on the board for Hillcrest. Hillcrest is a team that's done a great job building this program. Got a brand new, beautiful field here as well. We're going to take a break to get the Star-Spangled Banner. We will be back right after this. Well, hopefully you got a load of that. Welcome back to IdahoSports.com. That was a beautiful rendition of the Star Spangled Banner played by the pep band here from Hillcrest High School. So this new stadium here, right down here on Sunnyside Avenue, the stadium was up last year, but the field was not in. It was supposed to be in for the football season last year. It did not get in, and so they ended up playing their home games same place they have for years and years, which is actually on the campus of Bonneville High School. They shared a stadium. And now, of course, they have their own. It's beautiful turf right here on Sunnyside Avenue. They got the fantastic lights. When you score a touchdown, they flash on and on with the different colors. We are so thankful that you've come in tonight here on IdahoSports.com. Don't forget, there's a whole slate of games going on. Just log on to IdahoSports.com, click on GameStreams, click on the game of your choice, and you can choose which game you want to watch. Right now, we got the players meeting at midfield. Hillcrest in their black with red trim. Like to thank Mr. Stocking. He is the athletic director here at Hillcrest High School. Does a great job. Hillcrest's been a fantastic program. Last year, they kind of shocked the high school world here in Idaho. A lot of people didn't expect them to do what they did. They brought on an Isaac Davis, who's now playing basketball down at Utah State University, who was a great tight end for them. In fact, on his fourth catch in the season, it was his fourth touchdown reception as well last year. His first four catches were all for touchdowns. He did such a great job. Of course, they were coming off two state championship basketball teams as well, and then took second last year in football and in basketball, but have had some great sports going on here at Hillcrest High School. And then a lot of people coming off of last year didn't feel that Hillcrest was going to be as good this year. Well, Hillcrest, their record might not be as good as they were last year, but they are still a fantastic team. And they're going to be able to certainly make some noise here, and they have that opportunity to make the noise here. As far as Sandpoint goes, Sandpoint, they won their first two games, knocking off Twin Falls and then St. Mary's. And then they lost to Post Falls, beat Davis Washington 37-13, and since then they have been on a 5-game skid, falling to Pocatello. That game, by the way, was played at Montana Tech up in Butte, Montana, and then they fell to Coeur d'Alene, Lake City, Lewiston, Lakeland, and they hope to get their record back on track tonight as they face a great Hillcrest team. Hillcrest started off the season losing to a very good Madison team. Madison in 6A is a team that a lot of people did not expect to do what they have done this year. They've done a great job. Then they beat Bonneville, knocked off rival Thunder Ridge, then lost to Skyline, beat Shelley, beat Blackfoot, beat Twin Falls, lost to a very good Rigby team, very good 6A Rigby team, 39-49, and then knocked off Idaho Falls last week, 61-14. This should be a very, very good ball game tonight. We certainly expect it to. As we look at the brackets here for the tournament here, it's Hillcrest and Sandpoint. They will play the winner of the Preston Blackfoot game. Of course, Hillcrest already has a win over Blackfoot this year, beating them 33-13. Hillcrest won the toss. They're going to kick off. This kick goes back just short of the end zone. It's going to be brought out. Coming down, he's going to be on the 27-yard line where it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Once again, you got teams with similar colors, but you got Hillcrest wearing their black with red trim. Sandpoint on their, or in their white road with red trim. Both these teams will sling it, as you will notice from the camera. He's got Twins left, single in the backfield. From the shotgun is Lehman. Lehman looks out to the right. He's going to keep it. We're going to see a lot of that tonight. Finally brought down, but not until he picks up a positive gain on the play for about 4 yards. It'll bring up a 2nd and 6. We're going to see that a lot where he comes opposite side, fakes the pitch, and he'll go with that pitch if needed be on the far side. But Lehman Drew Lehman, the senior, 6 foot, 190 pounds. Hillcrest once again with this beautiful new facility that they have. Looking down the left side, he's got his man deep. He just overthrows the outstretched hands of his receivers. However, number 19, Mason Davis, had the good coverage there. That pass was going to have to be about 99.9% accurate for that to be caught once you had the defense of Mason Davis on the field. Once again, IdahoSports.com. If you want to watch any of the other games in the state tonight that Idaho Sports is covering, simply log on to IdahoSports.com, go to GameStreams, and pick your team. Now it comes up with 3rd and 6. One in the backfield, Twins left. Eligible tight end. We're going to get a man in motion, most likely. Nope, they're going to go direct with it. And this time it's going to be a handoff. It's a fumble. It drops back. It's covered by Lehman. However, it's going to bring up now a 4th and long, and surely what I would imagine is going to be a punt for the Bulldogs of Sandpoint. So Sandpoint on possession number 1. They start off with a good gain of 4 yards and then immediately struggle and end up with a fumble. Coming on to punt the ball is going to be number 24, Jordan Tyler. Jordan Tyler, a senior, also a strong safety on this team. One man back to receive for Hillcrest. Punt is up. It's kind of a shorter punt, wobbles a little bit, holds in the air, and takes actually a Hillcrest bounce. It's going to go out roughly around the 48-yard line on the Hillcrest side of the field, where they're going to have excellent position. Back deep for Hillcrest was number 5, Carter Holden, 5'9", 155-pound senior. And now Hillcrest will come out and they'll take over. Hillcrest going to spread it out a little bit. They also will run the ball. Got Twins left, single right, man in motion. Comes in for blocking purposes. We're going to have a pitch back right off the bat. And down the field they go. Pass incomplete. Intended for number 2, Saunders. Unable to pull that in. Tyson Sweetwood with the nice pass, and Sweetwood really did everything pretty good. He underthrew it just a teeny tiny bit. Otherwise, it could have been pulled in as it is. I think that's a great play to open the game with, and they're going to jump out with a 2nd and 10 coming up. And I think what you do in a situation like that is you put a team that you have like Sandpoint on notice with that, hey, we are going to throw the ball, just kind of like what Sandpoint did to Hillcrest. A little over 10 minutes to go in quarter number 1. Man in motion. Sweetwood hits his receiver for a positive gain on the play. Finally brought down, but it's Jace Judy. Jace Judy, who will actually throw the ball a little bit too, depending on the game and the situation. Picks up 7 yards on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and we're going to call it a long 3, short 4. Good group of receivers here for Hillcrest tonight. And you're going to see Sweetwood. He's going to be very patient in the pocket. He always is. Just a junior. He will be back next year as well. 6'4", 185 pounds. That's a good size quarterback at the high school level, particularly the height. You consider another year of weights. He's going to come out to the left side. He's got some legs on him as well. He's going to spin, falls just short of the first down marker. It's going to bring up a 3rd and really short, though. And I would imagine where they are at, that this will probably be go-for-it range. We'll see exactly where they are, but I'd imagine this will be go-for-it range. In on the play, on the tackle, Cameron Ziernick. He's a junior, 5'8", 165. He's a corner on this team. And with the defensive shuffle on that, everybody came to the close side. It's going to be Sweetwood. It looks like they're going to get it. In fact, no matter what side you go with, there are no penalty flags on it. And they're going to get this first down by about 2 yards at least. So it's going to end up being a 1st and 10. Coming up again for Hillcrest. Back to the shotgun goes Sweetwood. Sweetwood with one in the backfield, single left, twins right. Twins right are stacked. Goes up the middle, Titan Larson. Titan Larson is a fantastic athlete, and I'll tell you what, he's a kid that if you sleep on him on the football field, he's going to run some yards over you. He gets down to the 35-yard line where it's going to be it's going to be 2nd and 3 after the 7-yard gain. And really, if you're Hillcrest, this is what you're looking for early on. They're getting these pickups in chunk plays, and here we go again. And now breaking into the inside, finally brought down inside the 10-yard line, is going to be once again. What a fantastic play again. That looked like Sargent on that play. Gets down inside the 10-yard line where it's going to be 1st and goal. Sweetwood again. There's Larson in the backfield. Sweetwood being pursued in the backfield. Now he's going to take off. He's going to sprint in, and he's going to get the touchdown right off the bat. And Hillcrest, now you got the multicolor lights that are turning on and off here in the stadium. You end up with the 9-yard run. This for Sweetwood. You know, and right there, really, you see what the offensive line of Hillcrest does is they open up room, and then you got Sweetwood in the backfield as the quarterback able to pass or run. Now on for the extra point attempt is Borgman. Borgman puts it up, and it's through, and right off the bat, we end up with a score from Hillcrest. Levitt Select is locally operated with locations in Rexburg, Rigby, Idaho Falls, Twin Falls, and Boise. Levitt's mission is to help our community by providing policies personalized to each consumer's needs. The community they work and live in is their number one priority. As such, they offer a wide range of insurance products and companies able to take care of their community's assets. Levitt Select in Idaho Falls wants to be your insurance professionals. Please call them today at 208-522-2582. Levitt Select Insurance, here for all your insurance needs. And there we go, just like that, with 7:43 remaining in the first quarter. Methodically, Hillcrest moves down the field and gets up on the board 7-0, as the extra point was good as well. Back deep to receive for Sandpoint, number 24, Jordan Tyler is going to be with that group. Also number 25, Gomez. It will be Borgman kicking off. Borgman, as he kicks off, expect this again to go very deep. He's got a great leg. Not uncommon to put it in the end zone. His last one was just short. But, you know, really, if you're Hillcrest, you look and say, hey, we stopped Sandpoint on their very first attempt. And coming out of the half, we're going to get the ball as well. Kick is up on this chilly evening in Idaho Falls. Filled it at the 5-yard line. Coming out again, across the 20-yard line goes Jordan Tyler. And Tyler's going to continue to do what he does for his team. Now we'll see what Lehman and his group can do coming back on the field. So the ball comes out to the 22-yard line where it's going to be 1st and 10 Bulldogs. Once again, Bulldogs in their road white with red trim. Hillcrest in their home black with red trim. Lehman claps. They bring it up the middle, and Lehman's in the backfield. He gets dropped. I'll tell you what, they might have faked out a number of the fans, but did not fake out Hillcrest. Hillcrest number 75, McCartney. McCartney gets the sack in the backfield. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 14. Could have been worse, but they did give him a little bit of extra on that. Give him some forward progression. He's got twins right, single to the left, one in the back. He's split to the right. Lehman again looks up. Looks downfield, has his receiver, but he chooses to pull it through the middle. He's going to get a couple yards on the play, but that's going to be about it. Surprised he didn't end up pulling the trigger to his receiver. Had an open man downfield who did have a little bit of separation. Chose to keep it instead. Sargent was the one that ended up getting in and getting that hit. From the shotgun again goes Lehman. 3rd and 11. From the shotgun they go. There's Lehman. He looks downfield. He does have his man. He's being grabbed again in the backfield, and he's going to go down for the second time in this possession. You know, interestingly enough, in the backfield, Jace Judy actually got a hand on him. He won't be the one credited with the tackle, but he kind of led to that being a play that was not going to end up going anywhere, and then he got finished off by his teammate in the backfield. And once again, we're going to get a punt from Sandpoint. Sandpoint yet to get a first down in this ball game. Hillcrest worked their way all the way down the field. The punt is up by Tyler. It's going to be fair cut. It's going to be, once again, great field position. Once again, north of the 45-yard line. Taken in by number 19, Mason Davis. But now, you know, last time it was from the 40 or 49. This time it's from the 47, where Hillcrest is going to take over. And I think, you know, if you're Hillcrest, you look with Sweetwood and say, hey, listen, he had the time in the pocket during the first possession. He was able to make the passes when he needed to. He was able to make the run when he needed to do it. You force Sandpoint to start making adjustments at this time and see exactly what they're going to do. I don't anticipate a trick play coming off down number 1 here, but we'll see exactly what they pull out of their hat. From the shotgun is Sweetwood. Sweetwood with twins right, twins left, one in the backfield. He hands it off to Larson. Larson's going to pick up positive yards, get out near the first down marker. Looks like both judges on the side are going to mark him about a yard short. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 1. Hillcrest now on the move into Sandpoint territory for the second time in consecutive possessions. I think this is actually going to be a false start. We saw it on the far side of the line, drew the defense. This false start's going to move them back. It's going to end up, no, they're going to call it an offsides. This is odd because the far side official read it off as a false start, but then he got overruled, and they ended up calling it an offside. So it's going to be a first down on penalty at the 39-yard line, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Larson in the backfield. Single right, eligible tight end, 2 left. He's going to go down the field. And Sweetwood has his man. It gets knocked in the air and knocked away. What a great defensive assignment by number 10, Van Lee. Judy, the open receiver, down the field. But Van Lee. And what a great defensive play to stop what I believe would have for sure been a touchdown. It brings up a 2nd and 10. I like the play call on that first down. You've been able to move the ball pretty much at will, which makes it so they can take shots when they want to take shots. Result of the play is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun again. Sweetwood's going to run it. This time he's grabbed in the backfield. Grabbed first by number 22, Wiley Wimmer. Wiley Wimmer, the middle linebacker, senior, 5'10", 190 pounds. Grabs him and really doesn't allow for much. In fact, I thought maybe he got a yard out of it. It looks like they're going to give him maybe 6 inches. We're still going to call it a 3rd and 10. If you're Hillcrest, I think this is 2-down territory for you. So you've really got 2. Now they're gonna say he lost some yards on the play, so it's 12. Over to the side they go. It's Sargent. Sargent comes up the left side. He picks up the first down. No flags on the play. Still fighting for extra yards. Gets down inside the 15-yard line, or at least near it, where it's going to be 1st and 10. Now Hillcrest can still pick up a first down without a touchdown. They can do that on the 5-yard line. And it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 15. Hillcrest Knights, 3:56 remaining in quarter number 1. 7-0 your score, and Hillcrest threatening again. From the shotgun, they go again. They had twins right and left. Now the man in motion. This time he goes to Larson. Larson off the left side, and he's grabbed and brought down. This time we've called his name quite a bit. That's number 24, Jordan Tyler. Tyler also does the punting for this team. He can also run the ball for Sandpoint. They're going to keep it on the 15, where it's going to be 2nd and 10. As Tyler just able to get out there defensively very quick. Sargent in the backfield now with trips right and a single left. From the shotgun once again. Sweetwood has it now, goes to the side, has his man, it's complete. Gets inside the 10-yard line as he gets it down to Judy. Looks like well, we'll see exactly where they're going to place it. It's probably going to be on the 8. It is on the 8. So you got 3 yards to go to pick up that first down. I would not be surprised to see Sweetwood keep this in his own hands, and coaches call his number. It was a nice reception by Jace Judy out to the side, did his job on the play. Ball delivered nicely by Sweetwood. Beautiful crisp night here in Idaho Falls, right here on Sunnyside Avenue. We got the right to left motion, twins right, single left in the backfield. It's going to be Sweetwood, has his man, goes to the middle, has the first down at a minimum, and not quite in for the touchdown. It looked like that went off to number 15, Cannon Davis. Davis gets down to what appears to be the 1-yard line. We'll call it, actually, it looks like more like the half-yard line, where it'll be 1st and goal. Hillcrest threatening again. Hillcrest with an opportunity to take a 2-score lead here. Going to have 2 in the backfield. It's going to be Meekum along with Sargent. Up under center this time. We'll probably get a push from that front line. We do. It's Sargent. Sargent basically scoots his way in, just follows the defender, picks up 6 more points. And your score 13-0, extra point pending. And heading back on the field, number 17, Ryland Borgman. Borgman, 6'4", 195 pounds, just listed only as a kicker. What a luxury. Hillcrest had some good success this year in some other sports. Their girls had a really good soccer year. Played for the Consolation Championship. Unfortunately, we're not able to pick up the win on that, but did a good job. This is up, and this is good. And we're going to take a break here on IdahoSports.com. 1:41 remaining. Hillcrest up 14-0. Welcome back to Hillcrest. $1:41 on the clock. And Hillcrest with the 14-0 lead. I think from Sandpoint, you're probably looking by bus about 10, maybe 12 hours to get down here to Hillcrest High School. Sandpoint, if you have never been to their stadium, it's a covered, the stadium part is covered, not the field, but the stadium part is covered. It's one of the more beautiful stadiums right there on Lake Pend Oreille. In fact, if someone kicked an extra long field goal, you never know, it might bounce just south of the stadium and find its way into the lake. Beautiful, beautiful area. A little bit more rainy than this area, so that covered stadium, or covered bleachers, I should say, is really a good thing. This one's going to go deep into the end zone. It's going to come out to the 20-yard line, where it's going to be 1st and 10. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow as well. In fact, I'll have your game between McCall and Snake River. That game being played out in Moreland at Snake River. That'll start at 12 noon tomorrow right here on IdahoSports.com. That's an audio game only, but that will be here on Idaho Sports. And now, Sandpoint, who is yet to pick up a first down in this ball game, will come on and see if they can't change their fortunes here in their 3rd possession. Minute 41 remains on the clock, quarter number 1. Lehman in the shotgun again. He does have twins right, a single left, 1 in the backfield. He is split. Lehman again with the handoff. This one comes up the middle. It's going to be a gain of a couple yards on the play. And since really that first that first down or the first play that they had that was 4 yards, that is their single biggest play of the game since then. That one coming behind the legs of number 29 Hawkins, Ashley Hawkins. And Lehman again has it. Lehman on the shotgun. 14-0 your score. Lehman looks to the right, has his man. He underthrows him. It might have ended up being a good thing. They really didn't have blockers out there in the territory. Maverick Gomez, the intended receiver on that play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 7. This time coming in at quarterback's going to be Buckout. Braden Buckout's going to come in, which means it's going to be a special play, so it very well might be a wildcat for Buckout. Buckout has a lot of throws on the season as well. He drops back in the pocket. He has his man downfield. The defense is very good, very close to an interception. Great defensive assignment by Dalton Fontes. It was actually Mason Saunders, not Fontes. It was Mason Saunders. Does a great job going up and knocking that down. And for the 3rd time in consecutive possessions, it's going to be Sandpoint with the punt. Back deep to receive, number 19, Mason Davis. It's going to be Tyler punting it again. This punt better than his previous ones have been. It gets bobbled, the catch, and then finally is picked up. And it's going to be back. Still good field position, but their worst field position of the game. It's going to be on the 34-yard line, where it's going to be 1st and 10 Hillcrest. And Sandpoint still yet to pick up a first down in this ball game. Recognize Kyle Fuzz Taylor on camera tonight. Fuzz now, he's about 24 years old, but he has been working with Idaho Sports since the time he was 12. Done a great job throughout the state, throughout numerous sports over the years. Hillcrest back on the field. Sweetwood's going to go right back to his shotgun spot, and it's Larson behind him. Single right, twins left. It's going to be Larson. Larson's going to be grabbed, but not until he gets some green under him. Damian Porter on the defensive assignment picks him up. Able to get the stop. They're actually giving the credit to number 30, at least over the loudspeaker, which is Wyatt Burnett. He came in a little bit later on the play, as it was number 56, Porter, who grabbed him and brought him down. It's going to bring up a 2nd and long, 8 short 9. Now across the middle. The pass got rushed as it was headed to Saunders. But Sweetwood just kind of rushed that just a little bit, threw it behind him on the slant. It's going to bring out 3rd and 8 on the down. You know, interesting, Saunders, anytime you run that slant, you know you're going to get clobbered across that middle, and it's even worse when it's a little bit behind you and you have to stretch out and you can't kind of tight package that into your stomach or chest. From the shotgun again, Sweetwood rolls to the left, being pursued in the backfield, has his man down, gets him. Finally knocked out of bounds, but it was number 19. Of course, we've seen him before, Mason Davis, as he gets knocked out by number 10, Van Lee. Van Lee, we've called his name on several tackles this year. But right there for Sweetwood, being able to roll out of the pocket, have his open man. He came against that zone defense, was able to pick up the necessary yards. It's going to be 1st and 10 now, once again, from Sandpoint territory on the 45-yard line. We got 7 seconds left. Clock is stopped due to the play going out of bounds. It's going to be Sweetwood again from the shotgun. He got stacked twins on the right. They're coming to Larson. Larson's going to be brought down again. And once again, a name we've called quite often, Jordan Tyler, as this quarter is going to come to an end. And right now, your score 14-0. The Knights on top of the Bulldogs. Grand Peaks Community Health Center is proud to support our local athletes and keep them healthy on their road to the state titles. Grand Peaks has been serving the Upper Valley in St. Anthony and Rexburg for many years and is excited to now serve Idaho Falls. They provide affordable medical, dental, behavioral health, and pharmacy services for the entire family. Visit grandpeaks.org online for a full list of services. That's Grand Peaks Community Health Center. They are new to Idaho Falls. Yeah, they've been around for a while. In fact, I can give them a personal shout out as that's where I take my family, is to Grand Peaks. They always do a great job for us. Hillcrest with a couple of football state championships under their belt. They had one in 2008 and also again in 2018. And for Sandpoint, 1997, big state championship for them. They played for it a couple years ago. They knocked off, a really good Blackfoot team in overtime, and then Skyline, who also won an overtime game, ended up winning the state championship that year. Sandpoint's had a very good program. Again, if you've never been to that part of the state of Idaho, what a gorgeous part of the state. I love going up there and going fishing. However, I've never fished Lake Pend Oreille. I'm a river fisherman, so, we love spending time up there, but we spend it on the rivers. Usually the Kootenai is where I spend most of my time fishing when I'm up there. Out of the shotgun goes Sweetwood. Sweetwood now down to about the 43-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10. And Sweetwood on the move on that quarterback call there. Ends up picking up positive yards. Brings up a third and 7. And again, because of field position, Hillcrest puts themselves really in 2-down territory here, should they not pick up the first on 3rd. They have scored each of their 2 previous times with the ball. Sandpoint not even got a first down yet with theirs. He has Larson down the field, comes across the middle, knocked down. It was a great defensive assignment, once again, by Jordan Tyler. Because had Tyler not been there, Davis would have pulled that in for sure. Tyler doing a great job. It's going to bring up a 4th and 7, pardon me. Mossholder looking for the call on that, and right now, this one I think is for sure going to be an offsides. It is, and this is going to bring up now a 4th and 2. Jumping offsides, that time number 81, William Bomba, defensive tackle, just a junior, 6'2", 230. But he jumps early, and as it is, it's going to bring up a 4th. They're going to call it, I think they should have moved it 1 more yard forward, I believe. Either way, it's going to be 4th, no complaint from Hillcrest. Now starting to flirt with the clock, and we're going to get a timeout taken by Hillcrest. And while Hillcrest takes this, we're going to take it as well right here. Let's hear from Project Filter on IdahoSports.com.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Coming out of the timeout, it's going to be a 4th and 3, they're going to call it. Anytime you have a penalty like that, penalties are just destructive. And right now, it's going to be Sweetwood that keeps it. He's going to pick up the first down easily. Gets down inside the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 for Hillcrest. Once again, beautiful night here in Idaho Falls. Crisp night. Halloween yesterday. Hope you all had a fun Halloween. Got out and got plenty of candy in your gut. I don't have kids that trick-or-treat anymore. My youngest is a freshman in high school, and he went and hung with friends but didn't trick-or-treat. And so I just have to hope to have a lot of candy left from what we gave out in order to get my candy fix. My wife this year didn't grab a lot of the candies I like, though. I do like the Reese's. We had some Reese's. Just to underscore, they have not paid advertising on this channel. Sweetwater looking downfield for his receiver. We're going to get a pass interference. That was the single easiest call of the ball game as Lucas Garrison bumps the receiver, and he's going to pick up the pass interference. If this was the NFL, I'd go to the spot, but it's not. So the penalty will get marched off. It's going to be a first down. It's going to be down near the 20-yard line, just outside at the 22. Pardon me, it's going to be the 17-yard line. So at the 17-yard line, it's going to be first 10. They say it's on the 12. It's actually on the 17-yard line. Inside goes Larson. Larson brought down this time at number 33, Reese Wolf. First time we've called the 6'5 senior's name today. Picks it up. Gets it down to the 14-yard line. It's a 3-yard gain, brings up 2nd and 7 on the play. Hillcrest in a very good conference here in District 5. Skyline has really been the dominant team over the last number of years, but last year Hillcrest went and represented this conference in the state championship game. Falling to Bishop Kelly. They were undefeated up to that point. Oh, what a great pass. Going in and scoring on the pass is Marcus Webster. Webster on the 13-yard, or pardon me, on the 14-yard pass. Does an excellent job to get that in. Moves our score out 20-0, extra point pending. On for the extra point again is Borgman. He's gonna try to put this out on Sunnyside Avenue if he can go over the net. Kick is up, not high enough to do that, but it drops down, and as it is a score right here on IdahoSports.com. Excellent job so far by Hillcrest as they have scored on all 3 possessions. Sandpoint on their 3 possessions is yet to get a first down. We're going to get a break. Back to Hillcrest. Borgman now on to kick off, and Sandpoint just struggling to find something that's going to work against this stout Hillcrest defense. Back deep to receive, Jordan Tyler. Along with teammate Hawkins. Tyler's had it on the previous times. Then the last one, they kicked it into the end zone, now going north to south. This one's going to go deep. In fact, this one's going to go out of the end zone. On the fly, it went out of the end zone. Almost popped over the fence on the sunny side. It's going to come out to the 20-yard line where Sandpoint's going to take over 1st and 10, and we'll see what Lehman does. Now, they brought Buck out onto the field last time to throw a deep pass. It was almost picked off by Saunders. However, they'll show that they'll mix it up as far as that goes. In fact, on the season, 902 yards by Buck out passing. Lehman with 585 yards. Here they go. It's going to be Lehman. He's going to pass it out. It's going to be the biggest play of the night for Sandpoint thus far as he gets it out to Dallin Williams. Williams dropped in between the 25 and 30-yard line. Looks it'll be on about the 28. And that is the single biggest play of the game for Sandpoint. Brings up a 2nd and 2. Lehman again from the shotgun. Set up in a little bit more of a wing tee on this play. And it's going to be Hawkins that picks up the first down. Ashley Hawkins picking up the first down for the first down of the game. That first down comes at the 9:17 mark of quarter number 2. From the shotgun, it's Lehman. He's got twins right. He's got a single left in the backfield with Hawkins, who just picked up the first down. Now going up to change the play on an audible. There they go. He hands it off again to Hawkins. Hawkins up the middle. Hawkins hits, gets another first down finally brought down by number 15, Cannon Davis. However, right now they're finding out a little something with Hawkins. You know, anytime a player can get through that initial line, and when they can break your linebackers and get into the secondary, it is a tough task for any defense to be able to step up and grab that. Lehman from the shotgun again, and we're going to get a false start this time. They are going to call it a false start. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty, and now, instead of being in Hillcrest territory for the first time today, it's going to be a 1st and 15 for the Bulldogs of Sandpoint. Same set as last time. Twins, single, 2 in the backfield. They're split. It's going to be a block. Now this time Hawkins. Hawkins gets out to the 50-yard line. He's finally brought back. He's brought down by big number 66, Damian Simmons, 6'4", 205-pound junior. He's an outside linebacker, also defensive lineman. In this set, he was a defensive lineman. He ends up bringing him down. Gets back to the or close to the original line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and 11. 7:50 remaining. Clock on the move. Single left. Set up a little more and looks like more of a double wing. This time handed off to Williams. Williams now picks up some yards, and you know what? Maybe some of these adjustments for Sandpoint, they're starting to find some things out about themselves. Move the ball. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6. And after being first and 15, and now in Hillcrest territory, you figure this is probably going to be 2-down territory for the Bulldogs of Sandpoint. Hillcrest has had good position all game long. Their worst position was from the 34-yard line to start a drive. Across the middle, had his receiver open, no good, looking for number 13, Milano. And just was short of him on the play. Brings up a 4th down. Man, it looks like rather than 2-down territory, they're going to bring out Tyler and go for the punt. So Jordan Tyler back again to punt. We'll see if maybe they try some kind of fake here. But really where it is roughly where Hillcrest has been getting the ball to start their drives each time. So maybe the idea this time just to pin them super deep. Man in motion is Wimmer. Tyler has it. He is, in fact, going to punt. This one's high. It's wobbly. We got a fair catch that looks like it is caught. It was called for and caught that time. We're going to see there was a penalty on the play. It might have been roughing. Oh, it's going to be a holding. It looks like they might end up declining this. We're going to see. He shook his head. So we'll see. It is. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from just inside the 15-yard line. 21-0. Well, you know, if you're Sandpoint, the positives you take from that is for the first time in this ball game, you've been able to pick up a 1st down, and you did it 3 different times. The challenge you got now is you've got to solve that riddle that has been the Hillcrest offense. From the shotgun, Sweetwood. In the backfield, it's Larson. I saw 3 on the jersey. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. No gain on the play. That was actually Larson with the carry, Titan Larson. And it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. We do see Sweetwood go under center occasionally. It's usually when he's going to make a push on something short behind that line. Has a man down, right. Now comes to his check down receiver on the left. It's in double coverage. Ball bounces off the back of the of the defender on that play. It was number 37, Gage McElroy. Gage McElroy on the defensive assignment. He comes down a little gingerly. They're out tending to him on the field. Davis, the intended receiver. Davis was actually his check down receiver on that play. It looked like he was looking for Saunders. Saunders was defended well. He goes to the check down side. Two defenders in that area in double coverage. Neither defender turned to defend the ball, so they really weren't going to take a chance and pick it off. So it was just whether or not it was going to be complete to Davis or not. As it is, 6:18 on the clock, 21-0, 3rd and 10. Ball still on the 15-yard line. Checking back into the ball game, big number 72, Gavin Allen, 6'4", 250, just a sophomore. Just a sophomore. Sorry, folks, it is quarter number 2, not quarter number 1. Pass complete as it comes out to number 15, Cannon Davis. Pass comes out, ended up being an excellent pass, going down to his knees and grabbing the catch. Exactly. 21-0. Remains the score, 5:27. Ball placed on the 32-yard line. It's 2nd and 10. Looks like we're going to get a timeout. This timeout taken by Sandpoint. And guess what? We're going to take it here as well on IdahoSports.com. You stick around. We'll be back after this.
Idaho isn't your average state, and we are not your average people. We're not afraid to jump feet first, and we see the world a little differently. We know the importance of slowing down and the value of catching up. When we're not busy getting lost, we're looking out for one another. Our whitewater is aggressive, but our driving is not. We know all about taking chances, but we also know our limits. We drive safely because we care. It's who we are.
Game's now going live up in the northern part of the state. Remember, they're an hour behind us as they're on Pacific time. So Lewiston now, that game just started there. But right here at Hillcrest, just shy of 8 o'clock. From the shotgun is Sweetwood. Sweetwood goes across the middle, has his man. The pass is complete. Once again to Cannon Davis. Picks up positive yards on the play. Still short of the first down marker. It's just about a yard short. We'll call it a 3rd and 1 coming up on the play. And right now, Hillcrest really able to take shots they want, because if the long shot isn't there, they've been picking up the first down. They've scored on every one of their possessions thus far. That puts us out to our 21-0 score. Ball is handed off to Sargent. Sargent up the left side. Breaks a number of tackles. Finally brought down by number 3, Zernick. Breaks into that secondary, does Sargent. Zernick gets the tackle, but not until Sargent does damage. Puts the ball into Sandpoint territory on the 41-yard line. It ended up being a great tackle by Zernick. Great hip drop tackle, which, by the way, is illegal in the NFL now. Interesting. I'll talk a little later about a talk I had with an official at the college ranks. We talked about it. It's not illegal at college or high school, and is really a textbook tackle. It's Sweetwood. He looks down the field, has his open receiver. We're going to get pass interference again, and once again, it's going to be on Sandpoint. It's going to be Van Lee with the pass interference. That's going to be an automatic first down for Hillcrest. It was intended for Jace Judy. And, and this is the thing. The rule changed. Yeah, okay, so they are going to accept the penalty. The rule changed, so the defender does not have to turn and acknowledge the ball anymore. However, they can't go and make contact with the receiver. Still, that stays intact. And the problem is if they don't turn and acknowledge, sometimes something that's a little overthrown, or pardon me, a little underthrown, you end up going in and picking up the pass interference. In the backfield they go, this time up under center. It's going to be Larson getting the handoff. Titan Larson jumps forward for some positive yards on the play. It's going to bring up a 7 and long 3, short 4. 21-0, down inside of 4 minutes, about 3.5. Great block on that front line up there by number 88, Jake Benson. That time he helped open up that run. Up under center again. This time it's going to be Larson. Larson's going to get down inside the 10-yard line. He's going to pick up a first down on the 9, and it's going to be a first and goal for Hillcrest. And Hillcrest, 4 possessions. If they punch it in this time, it'll be 4 scores. I love a fall night in Idaho. It's just starting to get a little bit chilly as winter time's on its way around. Some snow here in East Idaho yesterday. Nothing that stuck. Sweetwood's going to keep it himself. He looked off the defense. They're going to stop him just short of the goal line. Holy smokes, Van Lee on the tackle. Van Lee with what might be the best single hit of the ball game for either team. He stopped Sweetwood in. It was a crazy, crazy hit. The ball is going to be placed on about the 6-inch line, where it's going to be second and goal. Statistically, it's from the 1, but they don't have a 6-inch statistic, so it's called a second and 1, or second and goal from the 1. Yeah, what a good hit by Van Lee. And right now, down 21-0 and on the verge of going down 28-0. You might be playing with a little bit of an edge as well. Haven't seen, now we see a signal. It is a touchdown. I think that this might have been Sargent. No. Yeah, they gave it to Larson, or they announced Larson. It was actually Meekum that scored that touchdown. And back on is number 17, Borgman. (27-0), extra point pending, $1:56 on the clock. Borgman puts it up, and Borgman puts it in, and Hillcrest just having their way. 28-0 is your score for the team that went to play for the state championship last year here in quarter number 2. Levitt Select is locally operated with locations in Rexburg, Rigby, Idaho Falls, Twin Falls, and Boise. Levitt's mission is to help our community by providing policies personalized to each consumer's needs. The community they work and live in is their number 1 priority. As such, they offer a wide range of insurance products and companies able to take care of their community's assets. Levitt Select in Idaho Falls wants to be your insurance professionals. Please call them today at 208-522-2582. Levitt Select Insurance, here for all your insurance needs. Once again, the winner of this game will play the winner of Preston and Blackfoot. Blackfoot got knocked off by Hillcrest 33-13 earlier this year. Preston and Hillcrest did not play. And right now, if things go the way they're going, looks like it would be Hillcrest play that. We've got a whole nother half and still $1:56 to go in this first half. And Sandpoint, they found some positive things in their previous possession with 3 first downs after not getting a first down in their first 3 possessions. Now we got a bobbled kickoff, and finally jumping on it is Sandpoint, or it could have gone from bad to worse. Still down on the field. No, I don't have a number yet on the player who jumped on the ball, but it got bobbled. It got grabbed by an up man, or got bobbled off the stomach of an up man. and then someone else tried to grab it. It looks like down on the field is number 13, Jesse Turner. But what happens is now you got everybody diving off a ball that came off the chest initially and then got bobbled when someone went to grab it, and then everyone's diving on it again, and that's just a recipe for someone to end up getting injured on a play. We have the officials out there on the field. Stick around for halftime. We'll get a word from our sponsors at halftime, and then we'll come back with some first half thoughts. We'll move on to the second half after that. But right now, man down on the field, I believe, it's either Dallin Adam or Jesse Turner. I believe it's Jesse Turner. A number of players dove for that ball. Nope, it is actually number 12, Dallin Adams. So Dallin Adams is up. He's walking off on his own. That's a good sign anytime you see him walk off. Hopefully it's nothing more than just a little stinger. But a number of players went after that, and it's just it's a tough one to stay injury-free from. So now 150. It's at the 27-yard line where it's going to be 1st and 10. From the shotgun is Lehman. He has 2 on the left, 1 on the right. Now he's going to shuffle it and go up the middle, and nobody fell for that shuffle pass to Jesse Turner. They tried to do it on a misdirection, and nothing happened. In fact, it looked like he might have even lost a yard on it. He did. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 11. And the Hillcrest defense is very, very stingy. And nobody bid on that. That's why you're told, stay home. Stay home. You end up getting those. In the backfield, Lehman being pressured. He comes down. He throws it over top of the head of his receiver. That was intentional. It was a good decision as he tried to go to Dallin Williams on the play. It ended up being defended nicely. As by number 19, Mason Davis. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and 11. Ball on the 26-yard line. From the shotgun is Lehman. Split in the backfield. Single right, single left. And now, not biting again is the defense and being pursued. Ends up being number 25 on the play, Maverick Gomez. Gomez comes down, and he's going to lose some yardage on the play as well. Actually, he's going to get 1 of the yards back that they lost, and it's going to bring in another punt situation. This is going to bring Tyler back onto the field. Jordan Tyler, busy tonight. It's going to be a timeout for Hillcrest. We're going to take it here on IdahoSports.com as well. Come back after this.
Dear unbreakable spirit, you roam on paths called impossible. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks. Toyota. Let's go places.
So here in the Hillcrest timeout, $1:06 on the clock. And a sure punt coming up. It'll be from Sandpoint. If you're not familiar geographically, Sandpoint up in the northern part of the state. Of course, Hillcrest down here in Idaho Falls in the southeast part of the state as well. Both have snowy weather. However, the north part of the state, that comes more from a Pacific Northwest weather pattern, where down here it comes out of the southwest, out of California, as opposed to out of Washington in that area. Tyler's on to punt. They're trying to see if they can get a false start, or pardon me, offsides out of Hillcrest. And it's going to be Tyler again. This one high, but not very far. We'll see what kind of a bounce it takes. It dang near hit a Hillcrest player, but they got the good roll out of it. Goes down to the 30-yard line. And down on the 30-yard line, Hillcrest will take over with 53 seconds. And I'll tell you what, even though there's less than a minute to play, it is not out of the round by any stretch for Hillcrest to put another score up on the board. Already 4 possessions, 4 scores. 28-0. Hillcrest on top. Coming out, it's going to be Sweetwood. Sweetwood from the shotgun. He has trips on the left, single right, and underthrows his receiver right there. He had Mason Saunders, and Mason was being pursued on the other side of the ball by Lucas Johansson. However, with a catch and a spin move, he might have been able to pick up 5 or 6 yards out of that. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 as it is. Clock stopped at 51 seconds before halftime. Beautiful facility here from Hillcrest High School, home of the Knights. Been gracious guests. Big shout out to their athletic director, Mr. Stocking. What a great job he's done for us here. Now on what was designed really as a slant route, getting up into the middle is number 11, Jace Judy. Judy doesn't pick up the first down. The clock continues to run, now down under 40 seconds. It's just going to bring up a 3rd and 1. Twins right, twins left, one in the backfield. It's Larson. Sweetwood looks over, picks up the first down. Pass good as he gets it across to number 7, Webster. We're going to see if they're going to call it a fumble, if they're going to call it an incomplete pass, but it might have been a fumble. They're going to call it an incomplete pass. So Sandpoint, who would have loved one more attempt at maybe at least a Hail Mary. Ball now placed back on the 39-yard line. 17 seconds left. It's 4th and 1. And technically this counts as a possession that if they don't score, they won't have scored on one of their 4 or one of their 5 possessions, but it wasn't a full possession by any stretch. Coming onto the field, it's going to be Borgman's going to punt. And we're actually going to get a timeout from Hillcrest. We'll take it one more time here on IdahoSports.com. Stick around.
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
Coming out of the Hillcrest timeout, it's going to be Borgman on. He's going to punt first time that Hillcrest has had to punt today. This one almost goes over his head. He's got a kind of a long worm burner that goes down the field. It's going to go down inside the 20-yard line, or at least near it. It will go inside, 7 seconds down to 6. That'll be 6 seconds on the clock. I'd imagine that Sandpoint will probably nil on it, and both teams will go into the half and prepare for half number 2. We'll see exactly what they do on that. Once again, you can log on to IdahoSports.com all throughout the state football playoffs. We'll be bringing you the action from the various stadiums around Idaho. Click on GameStreams, click on the games you want. Some are video, some are just audio. So you can click on them. IdahoSports.com broadcasters will be bringing these games to you. Got a single right, 2 on the left, 1 in the backfield. He is split rear. They are going to go ahead and make a run. It's going to be Hawkins, and Hawkins going to bring this first half to a close, and it's halftime. Your score, 28-0, the Knights on top of the Bulldogs.
Dear road rivals, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Nissan and Ford charge extra for maintenance. At Toyota, we take care of our drivers. Join us. Toyota. Toyota. Let's go places.
Let's talk about open enrollment for...
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance. Your Health Idaho's got you covered.
Valleywide Cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valleywide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Dear Triathlon, let's take on iconic trails and race straight to the top. What's the point of winning if you can't enjoy the view? Yours, Toyota SUVs. Toyota. Let's go places.
Dear road rivals, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Nissan and Ford charge extra for maintenance. At Toyota, we take care of our drivers. Join us. Toyota. Toyota. Let's go places.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance.
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
Let's talk about open enrollment for teens to get covered and save money.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Dear Triathlon, let's take on iconic trails and race straight to the top. What's the point of winning if you can't enjoy the view? Yours, Toyota SUVs. Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome back to Hillcrest High School. Hey, let's take a quick look at the rankings in the state of Idaho. In the 5A rank, you got Skyline ranked number 1. This is the media poll. Bishop Kelly 2, Minical 3, Hillcrest 4, and Lakeland 5. Well, when you go over to the state side of it, of all school sizes, Hillcrest is actually ranked number 7 for all school sizes. That's on Max Preps. And then on Max Preps for 5A, Max Preps has them as number 2. And that's why they get the 2 seed here, because we go off the Max Prep rankings to seed these teams now in the playoffs. But interesting that the media poll has them as number 4. I think a lot of people around the state look and look at Hillcrest's record. Look at the teams they play. You know, you look at 2 of those 3 losses. You know, they came to look at all 3 losses. One came to a state placing Madison team, top 5 in 6A, top 5 Rigby in 6A, number 1 ranked 4A or 5A team in the state with Skyline. I don't know how you can really put Hillcrest down at number 4. I think Hillcrest makes a great case to be the number 2 ranked team in the state, and certainly Max Preps reflects that as they come into this. Just a dominant first half for Hillcrest, they'll show us having 5 possessions. Really, they only had 4 full possessions. They scored on all 4 of those possessions, methodically moved down the field. Because they were able to consistently pick up first downs, they were also able to take some nice big shots downfield as well. Neither team has landed what I would call a big fish, meaning they haven't had that bomb downfield that has been completed. But being able to move the ball as efficiently as Hillcrest has, they've been able to take those shots without having to worry about, if it falls incomplete, not being able to pick up the first downs on following plays. So they've done an excellent job doing that for Sandpoint. Sandpoint, on their first 3 possessions, did not even pick up a first down. In fact, they had negative yards on one of those possessions as well. Did not pick up a first down until their 4th possession. And then they picked up 3 first downs. And then the next possession, the final possession was a little bit disastrous. Ended up in a punt by Tyler. But Tyler's been very, very busy tonight in the punt game for Sandpoint, as he's really been able to, as he's really had the job to see how deep he can possibly pin Hillcrest. However, Hillcrest, with the exception of one of the punts, their worst field position was on the 30-yard line. They had 2 times that they were inside their own 40-yard line, so they had great field position. As really, it was just kind of a struggle for for Sandpoint to pin them deep in anything. Let's look at the other games that are taking place here in the first round. It's your number one Skyline Grizzlies, as right now they're hosting Nampa down in the new ICCU Dome. It's not a new dome, but it's a newly remodeled dome, formerly Holt Arena, now the ICCU Dome. Twin Falls and Lewiston, and Bishop Kelly and Pocatello, Minico Emmett, of course, this game here. Then you got Preston and Blackfoot, of which the winner here will play the winner of Lakeland and Shelley, and Valley View and Bonneville. That's a 6-11 matchup, you know, and there's a little bit of chatter about that game. A lot of people think that Bonneville has a legitimate shot to potentially win that ball game. Let's look at the top rankings and the other school sizes in the state of Idaho. For 6A, it's Rocky Mountain, Rigby, Eagle, Madison, and Coeur d'Alene tied at 4th. The 4A class rankings have Homedale, Weiser, Sugar Salem, Fruitland, and Kimberly. Sugar Salem is ranked number 1 for 4A in the Max Preps poll and has the number 1 seed in the playoffs. A bye tonight. The 3A classification, Declo, Westside, Aberdeen, Firth, and Ryrie. And that'll be a very, very competitive division, you know, when you consider you still have a really good North Fremont team there, and they're not even in the top 5. They are hosting West Jefferson tonight right here on IdahoSports.com. But we get down and close to the end of this halftime here, and coming into half number 2, Hillcrest will get the ball to start the second half, you know, and it's really interesting because Hillcrest, when you look at it, you know, they deferred to start the ball game, and then all of a sudden you get that opportunity to, you know, you get that first stop, and then you get the opportunity to get the ball for half number 2 as well. You put another score up on the board, and it becomes very, very difficult, I think, really for something positive to happen for the Sandpoint Bulldogs. But we'll see exactly where we're at there as we get ready to come out for half number 2.
However, is tied with Middleton in the second quarter. Not quite a barn burner there.
Fields have come back out on, or teams have come back out into the field. We don't see all the Hillcrest team yet, so we might get a couple more minutes up here on the clock. We'll see exactly what they're going to give us here. If they'll put some more on, because right now it shows that they should be starting. Elsewhere coming up right now in NCAA football, it's Boise State Broncos with a 42-10 lead over the San Diego State Aztecs. Both those teams headed to the newly formed Pac-12 next year with only 2 returning members, Washington State and Oregon State. There's 7:34 remaining in the third period there. But listen to this lineup tomorrow. That Ohio State-Penn State matchup, 4-3. That'll be a good one. You know, Duke, unranked, 6-2, facing number 5 Miami. That is not a gimme for number 5 Miami. As good as Miami's been, Duke is a legitimate team this year. Ole Miss, Arkansas, Air Force and Army in a military matchup. Army number 21 in the country. Navy was ranked a little bit higher, but took that big loss last week at Notre Dame. Then it's Illinois and Minnesota. Oregon and Michigan. Michigan kind of a wounded bear right now, and you want to be careful, as Michigan could step up and raise some havoc there. Georgia will face Florida. Florida that has struggled this year. Florida and Florida State have really struggled, particularly Florida State. Iowa State and Texas Tech in a Big 12 matchup. Indiana, Michigan State, Kansas State, Houston, Texas A&M, South Carolina, Clemson, Louisville, Tennessee, Kentucky, and then another ranked matchup with SMU and Pittsburgh. That's an 18-20 matchup. But the big game tomorrow, Ohio State number 4, Penn State number 3. That game being played at Penn State. So that'll be one that a lot of people are going to want to watch. Don't forget the basketball season coming right around the corner. You're going to be able to log on to IdahoSports.com, and you're going to be able to see the previews coming up for the girls basketball, followed by boys basketball. Right now we got cross country up at Eagle Island State Park in Boise this weekend. State volleyball as well. That's in various spots around the state. Once again, Hillcrest to get the ball here as we wind down under a minute to go before half number 2. Lance Taylor bringing you play-by-play on this ball game tonight, along with Kyle Fuzz Taylor on camera. This chilly southeast Idaho football night. Clear sky, just A little bit nippy weather. Kyle, did you get candy for Halloween last night? Yeah, he's given me the big yes. Got himself some candy from Halloween. I think he stole most of it from me, and that's okay, because I owe him. So, you know, he's welcome to get some candy. Chad Taylor, our spotter here. Chad, did you guys have people come trick or treat at your house last night? Oh wow, we ran out of candy. So we did a big trunk or treat at my city. A big trunk or treat, and so people aren't really going around to the city. So I was watching the Jazz get beat for their 5th straight time, and somebody knocked on my door. I didn't answer it, but it was the only knock we got that night. So we got lots of candy left over because the trunk or treat took care of some of that. So, all right, we get ready to go for half number 2.
Sandpoint Bulldogs will be kicking off to the Hillcrest Knights.
2 back deep to receive. Looks like it's going to be.
Number 3 here, second half of actions.
Looks like it's going to be Larson and Davis.
Ready to go as Bradburn is getting ready to kick it off. Looks like back deep to receive.
48 Reed Bradburn. He's going to have kicking duties here. He will kick off. It's a short kick. It's going to go to the up man. It's a fair catch called. Ends up being by Meekum. Meekum down inside the 30-yard line. But once again, Hillcrest starts with favorable field position this time. It's out on the 28-yard line where it's going to be 1st and 10. 28-0. Hillcrest scored on all of their first 4 possessions. Sandpoint, don't let Sandpoint's record this year, reflect on what a program they are, because Sandpoint is a very solid program year in, year out. And sometimes, years are up and down. That's the thing about high school. You run with the cards you've been dealt. You're not in a full recruiting situation, at least not like college situations. Sometimes you'll have players that'll cross schools, but certainly not like a college situation. As Hillcrest picks up 1 yard on the play, brings up 2nd and 1. From the shotgun, it's Sweetwood. He's got twins right, single left. He's got single coverage now, down across the middle. He takes it, finds his receiver. He's open and pulls in the catch. It's Mason Davis. And right there, that's the biggest pass play of the night for either team. And it's in Sandpoint territory. Ball placed on the 47, 1st and 10. So Davis hauls it in, brings up the 1st and 10. It's going to be Larson in the backfield. Sweetwood from the shotgun. Single on the left. They come to the outside. It's picked off. Judy has it. Judy's going to get down to about the 41-yard line before he's finally brought down by the Bulldogs. It's going to be a 6-yard gain, brings up 2nd and 4. Brought down on the play by Jordan Tyler. Jordan Tyler, we've called his name a lot tonight. He's had a lot of the yeoman's work. He's a great defensive player. Also punts for their team. Second and 4 after the 6-yard gain. Sargent in the backfield. And across the middle they go. Once again to Judy now, targeting him twice. He's going to pick up 3 yards on the play. Pardon me, it's going to be a 5-yard gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 1st and 10. Ball's going to be placed on the 34-yard line. And right now, Hillcrest doing what they've done all game long, just methodically moving down the field. Single receiver left, 2 on the right. 1 in the backfield, eligible tight end. They go across the middle, has his receiver, he's got distance, and he's got a score. It's number 2, Mason Saunders. Moves our score out, 34-0, extra point pending. And now, they got a stop on the first possession of the ball game, and then they come down and score on 3 straight possessions, does Hillcrest, or on 4 straight possessions, pardon me. They get the ball to start half number 2, have the biggest pass play of the game, and then the second largest pass play ends up in a touchdown. Borgman back on. He'll attempt the extra point. He is 4 for 4 tonight. Hopefully I don't jinx him. 34-0 is the score. Extra point is up. It looks good from my angle. It is good. 35-0 is your score with 9:50 remaining in quarter number 3. Levitt Select is locally operated with locations in Rexburg, Rigby, Idaho Falls, Twin Falls, and Boise. Grand Peaks Community Health Center is proud to support our local athletes and keep them healthy on their road to state titles. Grand Peaks has been serving the Upper Valley and St. Anthony and Rexburg for many years and is excited to now serve Idaho Falls. They provide affordable medical, dental, behavioral health, and pharmacy services for the entire family. Visit grandpeaks.org simply online for a full list of services. That's Grand Peaks Community Health Center now in Idaho Falls. Big shout out to Levitt Select and Grand Peaks Community Health Center in Idaho Falls for stepping up and supporting Idaho high school activities. We ask that you support those businesses that do so. It's going to be Borgman on to kick off. Borgman came on and punted on the one single punt they got. It was on a short clock, less than a minute to go in half number 1. And so all their full possessions, well, they've had 5 full possessions, scored on all 5 of them. And now Sandpoint, we'll get to see what kind of adjustments they made at halftime. They made some good adjustments between their 3rd and 4th possessions, picked up 3 first downs in one possession after not picking up a first down on the first 3. And here's another one into the end zone. Boy, Borgman has a heck of a leg on him. 35-0 your score. Lots of scores going on around the state tonight. We talked about the college games tomorrow as well. IdahoSports.com. You can always hop on and check out the Friday Night Flash as well. Right now, Middleton Highland knotted at 3. Elsewhere in 5A, Bishop Kelly 34, Pocatello 3 at the half. Minico 27-0 over top of Emmett. From the shotgun is Lehman. Lehman's going to keep it. He goes up the right side, able to pick up some positive yards. He's going to pick up 4 yards on the play, and that's exactly how they started the ball game, was under the legs of Lehman with a 4-yard run. If you're Sandpoint, hopefully that this goes better on play number 2 than it did on the second play in the first quarter. Hillcrest played a very good ball game so far. Sandpoint has just been unable to find their rhythm. Shotgun again. Singles left. Oh boy, it was right in the hands and dropped by Dallin Williams. Defensive assignment was nice that time by Judy. Jace Judy got a little bit of a finger on there. It was still catchable, and it was a nice pass by Lehman. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 6. So this is so far exactly what happened in their first possession to start the game. They started out with a 4-yard run by Lehman, an incomplete pass, and then they ended up with a sack in the backfield and then a punt. So let's see if they can pick up a first down here, that being Sandpoint. They get into the backfield. He gets it across the middle, overthrows his receiver. Not exactly sure who that was intended for. It might have been number 14, Williams again. Either way, it's going to bring up a 4th down and a punt, and this stout defense of Hillcrest continues to hold. Skyline 15-7 over Nampa. That being played down in the ICC U-Dome tonight. That's in the second quarter. Twin Falls up on Lewiston 10-0. Foray right now, Fruitland 40, Teton 7. That game being played in Fruitland. Fruitland's had themselves a great season. Been a number of years now since Fruitland has been back in the state championship game, and they really feel they can make it this year, and they very well might. Kick is up by Tyler. We'll see what kind of bounce it takes. It does take a Sandpoint bounce, gets down inside the 40, and once again, as it comes to rest on the 37, it's going to be great field position for Hillcrest. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back right after this. Hillcrest now, ball back, 35-0 lead. It's 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line. handoff goes off this time. This time it's actually it's Sargent with the carry. Interesting. It's number 37, who I do not show on my roster, but they announced it as being number 32, which is Sargent. But we'll see. Either way, positive run for 2 yards, and then this pass to Judy falls incomplete. And I'll tell you what, that pass could have been completed, but Judy saw Van Lee coming. And a bright spot tonight for Sandpoint has been the defensive assignments by Van Lee. That kid hits extremely hard. Very, very, very good defensive player. And he does the kind of hits that you feel the next morning, and that has been a bright spot, certainly for Sandpoint in this game. From the backfield, Sweetwood. It's the shotgun, and he's going to keep it. This was a designed run. He keeps it. He finally gets brought down. It's going to be short of the first down marker. It's going to bring up 4th down. The defensive assignment, nice by Wiley Wimmer. 8:05 remaining in the ball game. It's going to bring up 4th and 4. Now we'll see if they're going to punt this or not. I have not seen Borgman come onto the field. Larson is out there, and here comes Borgman, and that's the first sustained drive stop that Sandpoint has tonight, and good for them to get out and find something that works for them. Tyler back deep to receive. This one almost over the head again, and they're going to throw it as he just did not have any room to punt the ball, and then we're going to get a penalty flag. Not quite sure what this is. I'm a little baffled by this flag. Oh, he's saying ineligible receiver downfield, which is correct. That's the correct call. So, as Borgman had no room to punt. It was a high snap. He had to do everything he could do to gather it, to not have it go behind him. He jumped full tilt up, and ineligible receiver. Of course, that's going to be declined. And now the best starting field position of the ball game for the Sandpoint Bulldogs will be on the 44-yard line, 1st and 10. Once again, nice shout out to Larry Stocking, who's been just great here as an athletic director. Hillcrest High School, getting us all set up here. We got Twins on the right. It's going to be Lehman this time from a receiver position. In the backfield, it's Buckout. Buckout now just throws it out of bounds. I think we're going to get a hold here in the backfield, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that it's probably going to end up being on number 70, Jordan. Looked like he was holding in the backfield. We'll see exactly what the call is now. It looked like Jordan was holding there. Maybe they got it on somebody else. They are calling it a hold. That's who it's going to be on. That's going to be a 10-yard penalty. That's a spot foul, so that might hurt him because it was in the backfield while they were on the run. Yeah, it's going to hurt him even more than the 10 yards. So nope, they're going to call it right from the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 1st and 20. So the good field position, it's still good field position, but now you got 20 yards to go before the first down. They're going to keep Buck out. And he's going to come out to the side. He's going to hit Lehman. Lehman's going to get down inside the 45-yard line, pick some of the yardage back, and able to even break into the initial 10 yards they had. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 9, and now something manageable. Lehman, a senior for this team. Buckout, just a junior, 6'3", 190 pounds. Yeah, trips right, Twins left. They go to Lehman again, and he gets brought down on a great defensive assignment and a loss on the play, this by Cannon Davis. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 12 on the play. And Sandpoint now Don't know if they're going to treat. Last time they were in this position, they had a 4th down. They treated it as a punt. Don't know if they'll try to treat it being down 35-0. Treat it as 2 down territory here on 3rd and 12. So Buck out from the shotgun. Twins right, Twins left, one on the backfield. He's got single coverage in the middle, but they break into the backfield quickly. He's brought down by Damian Simmons. It's by a group of Hillcrest players. Simmons in there first. He'll get credit on that. And it's going to bring up a 4th down, and now I would guess a shore punt. This will be coming from Jordan Tyler. So good field position turned into kind of a disaster. It started with a holding penalty that put him back to a 1st and 20. And now Sandpoint, after forcing their first punt on Hillcrest, they'll give it back to Hillcrest with their own punt. This one low. Tyler gets it off. Down by Mason Davis with the fair catch. Cannon Davis, the senior. Mason Davis, the junior. Ball's going to be down near the 20-yard line, or it's going to be 1st and 10. In fact, it will be placed right on the 20. The right hash mark where Hillcrest will take over and try to spread this game out a little bit more. 35-0 is your score. Right now, no updates for the 2A, or no updates for the 3A, pardon me. In 2A, it's Grace 22, Prairie 0. Great reception by Dorning, Brody Dorning, just a sophomore, by the way. Dorning just a sophomore with the reception. And now the passing game starting to work, 20-yard reception there. Comes out to the 40-yard line, remains 1st and 10. 35-0 your score. 5:07 remaining in quarter number 3. Sandpoint about 10 to 12 hours from home, depending on the route they come and depending on the roads and the weather, especially on a bus. So they got a ways to drive home after this ball game. And right now, Hillcrest at home doing everything right. And right now, the attempt was to get it over to Saunders. He gets hit by fellow number 2, Lucas Johansson from Sandpoint. Makes that an incomplete pass, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Good defensive assignment by Johansson. Saunders had it in his hand. I'm really impressed with some things that the Sandpoint team's doing, even though they're down 35-0. And I think the game's academic as far as who's going to actually win this game. There are some good things that have happened on the field for Sandpoint, and Sandpoint hits hard defensively. That's one of the things I've really noticed here, that, even on receptions and things like that, they've been able to hit very hard. Porter Collins picks up some positive yards on the play. It's a 2-yard gain, brings up a 3rd and 8. And if you're, Sandpoint, you got a stop here last time. Possibly you can get a stop again and force another punt. Sweetwood comes back out, calls out the play. In the backfield with him is going to be Collins. Twins left, single right. Eligible tight end. He's now on the move, is Sweetwood. Comes across, ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage, and I would imagine they're probably going to punt it again. And if you're Sandpoint, here's another good thing that's happened, is you've got a couple stops here, forced him into 4th downs. It was a great defensive assignment and a great tip by number 85, Cruz Kurtz. And, and I love the fact that I'm seeing the Sandpoint players with some jump in their step. They're celebrating those things. And sometimes when you're down in a game like this, you got to celebrate the little victories. And that was a little victory. And now 2 possessions in a row, they forced a punt. And it's going to be Jordan Tyler that returns it. Tyler gets out across the 40-yard line near the 45, finally knocked out of bounds. Nice big hit. That time by big number 75, Michael McCartney, 6'4", 250, the senior. Boy, he laid a smackdown hit over on the sideline that sent Jordan Tyler flying to the other side. And now you see some players starting to job back and forth. And now the thing you got to avoid in something like this is things getting chippy as players started to job back and forth. And some Sandpoint players were saying things. You got some Hillcrest players pointing at the scoreboard. But these are the places you got to be careful. You don't, if you're Hillcrest, you don't want to do something that's maybe going to get a player suspended or something like that. If you're Sandpoint, you don't want to end your season on a negative as far as maybe something sportsmanship-wise goes. It was a good, solid, clean hit. That's the way football is. Lehman now out of the backfield. They've kept Buck out as the quarterback in this situation. Lehman has it, picks up, but looks like going to be 2 yards on the play, brings up 2nd and 8. Once again, the winner of this game plays the winner of the Preston Blackfoot game. Hillcrest has already beat Blackfoot earlier this year, 33-13. Shout out to my friend Wayne DeZubak, who, of course, was the voice of Boise State for a lot of years. Wayne lives back east now, I believe, North Carolina, and he's called a number of games with us. We called state championship game together as well. Great friend to IdahoSports.com. If you're watching, Wayne, we miss you. Run up the middle ends up being a good run by Palmer. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 4 as a result on the play. Haven't got a recent update yet on the Highland Middleton score. So Buck out, keeps it. Looks like they're going to give him some forward progression on the play, give him a yard. No, they're going to call it a first down. They're going to say it's indeed a first down, so it's going to be 1st and 10 this time from the 46-yard line on the Hillcrest side of the field. Right now it's the half. Last time we checked in, it was quarter number 2 with Bishop Kelly up 34-3. Same score at the half. And now loss of yardage on the play. I'll tell you what, it was number 50, Austin Reeves, that gets in and just did a great job. Brings up 2nd and 11. Austin Reeves with a great defensive assignment. Now you got single right, Twins left, Lehman on the inside of the Twins. In the backfield they are. And it's going to be Buck out. Buck out now comes out to the left side. He's being pursued in the backfield, and he's going to come down again, this time by number 23, Brody Dorning. And Dorning making his present self, as we've called his name a couple times now, on defensive assignments. That's going to be 3rd and 22. Ball down on the 42-yard line. Got under a minute to go now. That's in quarter number 3. Lehman now takes the snap. Goes to the outside. They're able to pick up some of the yards. It's Newark on the reception. Gets some of the yards back. Gets out essentially the 50-yard line. It might be at the 49. We'll see exactly where they're going to place it. They're going to put it on the 49, so 4th and 14. Short 13, long 14. Not sure if it's going to be Lehman or Buckout that's going to take the snap. And we're going to come down to the end of the quarter. They don't have to snap another one. End of the quarter comes. Your score, 35-0. It's Hillcrest on top. We'll get a word from our sponsors. We'll be back after this. Well, we got 12 minutes on the clock. And it says quarter number 4, so that must be what it is. We're here from IdahoSports.com. Lance Taylor bringing you this game live from Hillcrest High School. Hillcrest, the number 2 seed, hosting this opening round game. They're doing a great job. Levitt Select is locally operated with locations in Rexburg, Rigby, Idaho Falls, Twin Falls, and Boise. Levitt's mission is to help our community by providing policies personalized to each customer's needs. The community they work and live in is their number one priority. As such, they offer a wide range of insurance products and companies able to take care of their community assets. Levitt Select in Idaho Falls wants to be your insurance professionals. You can simply call them today at 208-522-2582. The punt's going to be on its way. It's going to go down inside the end zone, come out to the 20-yard line where it's going to be 1st and 10 for Hillcrest. Hillcrest has not scored on their previous 2 possessions after scoring on 5 of their first 6, making the score 35-0, which is where we stand now. Minico right now up 21-0 on Emmett. Rolling past them. It looks like coming out of the quarterback position right now. Well, we'll see. The snap coming down the near side near us. It's going to be a positive gain on the play. This is going to be for number 37 on the play, and we do not have a 37 on the roster. I'm not sure who that is. Brings it out to the 40-yard line, 1st and 10 for Hillcrest. Hillcrest doing a great job right now. Now they got a lot of their backup players in. On the roster, we don't have some of the numbers for these kids, but that's okay. That's all right. You know the nice thing. The nice thing is, come state, they move up a number of players. From the JV squad, which is nice. They come and they get the state tournament. When you're able to get a lead like this, you're able to get some of those kids some playing time, and it really helps solidify your program. You're going to lose a number of players after this year, and some of those kids are going to step in at those positions and be contributors. It's a great opportunity for them to be able to get things going. I don't know if it's Jaden Milano that's in at quarterback right now. His typical number, they list him as 13. But the starter's out. Great play. Pick up some more positive yards like they've done. 5 yards on the play brings up 3rd and 5. Ball on the 45-yard line. Lots of 5s in that statement. My son grabbed himself a hamburger during halftime, and it sure smelled good. Once again, positive yards on the play as we're seeing the backups. And we got some backups for both teams out there. There's still some starters as well, but there's also some backups on the field as well. It's going to bring up a 4th and 4 yards to go. Boy, what a beautiful field. You can see it right here at Hillcrest High School. 29-7 right now. Skyline up over Nampa in the 3rd quarter. Coming out to the right side they go. Pass is complete. And it's going to be, boy, they're only giving it to him on the 50-yard line. It's good enough for a 1st down, but it looked to me like he might have grabbed an extra 2 yards beyond that. Either way, it's going to be placed on the 50-yard line where it's going to be 1st and 10 Hillcrest. Hillcrest already up 35-0. 9 minutes remaining in quarter number 4. And again, we're getting a number of the bench players stepping in. And, it's talked about before, what a great opportunity for some of the players that maybe played JV throughout the season or didn't get a lot of varsity time, who were on varsity, to be able to come in and contribute into this ball game. And they're doing a heck of a job on the field as well. Number of backups in for Sandpoint as well, and we're going to get a timeout here on IdahoSports.com. We're just going to keep it right here for now. Again, you can log on to IdahoSports.com. Click on Friday Night Flash. On the Friday Night Flash, you can see the latest updates on the scores that we have. Of course, this one here, 35-0, is your score. Hillcrest over Sandpoint. Got a number of games coming up tomorrow as well, including a big matchup in the 3A division with McCall visiting Snake River. That'll be an audio broadcast only right here on IdahoSports.com. Shout out to all the Idaho sports broadcasters around the state. And we're right here in a booth right next to some great radio broadcasters as well, who are the radio broadcasters for the home team, Hillcrest. And it's been fun being up here with them. It's always fun to see fellow broadcasters when you go out other places. And I've always said the broadcast fraternity is one of the funnest fraternities out there. And y'all kind of speak a common language, and it's always a lot of fun. From the shotgun again, Twins left, eligible tight end, single right, one in the backfield, split. Handoff again, grab the line. It's going to be a loss on the play, and this is either going to be a holding or potentially a face mask. It looked like there might have been a face mask, but we'll see what the official call is. Yep, they're going to call it a hold. It's going to be against Hillcrest. So it's going to bring up a 1st and 20. 10-yard penalty. Holdings are killers. Holdings are just killer calls. So Taden Packard, wide receiver, just a sophomore in the ball game. He's the left side of the Twins left. Single right again, one in the backfield, split. The drop back, handoff again, and hit behind the line of scrimmage, and more loss of yardage on the play. Ball's going to come back to the 39-yard line. So it's going to be a 2nd and 22. Ball now on the 39. Bringing the play back in. So again, the stadium here from Hillcrest was up last season, but they didn't have the turf in, so they weren't able to play last year on it. This year, had a full home schedule. Soccer also plays at this stadium. Oh, a pass across the middle, and the receiver not looking on the play. Intended for Davis. Looked like it was going to be be right there. Had his receiver beat, but had a hard time connecting there. And I don't know if that was Davis because I think they've got multiple of the same numbers. They just can't be on the field at the same time. You can have players with the same numbers. They just can't be on the field at the same time in this. 35-0 remains your score. 7:47 remaining in quarter number 4. From the shotgun again. It's going to be 3rd and 22. From the gun they go again. This pass, it should have been complete coming up to the middle. That out to Packard. And just was unable to pull that in, or he could have got some positive yards on the play. Whether he got the first down, we don't know. But coming out on the field is going to be Borgman, and Borgman's going to come out and punt. So they're not using a backup punter. They're going to use Borgman. Borgman's done a great job kicking tonight. This kick is off, and it was dang near blocked. It's going to go down to Jordan Tyler. He's going to let it go. It's going to bounce down inside the 10-yard line near the 5, and inside the 5 to the 4 it goes. And it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 4-yard line for Sandpoint. I think if Jordan Tyler could have that one back, he might have grabbed that. It was a little hot, but he might have grabbed it and seen what he could have got out of that. But as it is, they let it go. It goes down into the 4-yard line, and Sandpoint will come out with about 7.5 minutes on the clock and see if they can't put some points up on the board so they don't leave with a donut. Right now, Kendrick up in 2A action. 8-man football, 40-0 at the half. If you have never watched 8-man football, it is some of the funnest football you'll ever see. It is not uncommon for games to get up in the 80s, even 90s, and last year, a couple games in the hundreds here in Idaho. Sandpoint coming out. Hawkins gets out near the 10-yard line. Gives him just a little bit of breathing room on the play. As offensively, they've left their starters in the game. It's going to be Buck out. When Buck out is in its quarterback, typically moves Lehman over to the receiver spot. Hawkins in the backfield. Single right, single left. They're going to go back to Hawkins. Hawkins follows his blocker, but really maybe gets a yard on the play. As it is, it's probably going to bring up about a third and long 5, short 6. Let's see Buck out, probably sling it this time. We'll see what the official call is, but they needed a little bit of breathing room. Now they're set in a wing tee, a double wing tee. It was the double wing, sorry. And now look to be some confusion on the play, and as it is, it's going to bring up a 4th and 5. They picked up about a yard on the play, or half a yard. I'd imagine they're probably going to do a punt here as we start winding down now, under 6.5 minutes to go. It's going to be Lehman now. We don't know if Lehman's going to punt it or not. Interesting setup. If he is. It's going to be the left-footed boot. Goes down and bobbled, but finally picked up. And great field position again, as they've had pretty much all game long, with the exception of one possession. Hillcrest has just had fantastic field position. A lot of turf fields now you see here in Southeast Idaho. Doing a great job. As far as the beauty of the fields go, turf it's sharp, it's bright, nice all the time, and you don't get those ruts that you sometimes do on grass, but we have some beautiful, nice grass fields here in the state as well. They're very well kept up. There's, some controversy back and forth on whether or not teams, whether they like the turf, don't like the turf. Some say that there's more injuries, but statistics don't necessarily show it all the time. However, they do show maybe more of certain types of injuries. That we're going to get a penalty flag for, I think it was a late substitute, but I think what they're going to have to call is he never came to a stop on the play. So I think that's what they're going to call. Probably an illegal motion. Okay, illegal participation is what they're calling it. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. So I'll bring up a 1st and 15. No, it's a 10-yard play, pardon me. 1st and 20. Oh, wait. That's 15-yard because it becomes a personal foul penalty. It's 1st and 25. Back to the shotgun they go. 5:51. This fourth quarter has been a little bit ugly, both sides of the ball. No gain on the play. In fact, it's going to be a loss of 3 yards on the play. So what was 1st and 25 is now going to be 2nd and 28. No, it's going to be 2nd and 30. They're going to bring it back even farther, so it's going to be 2nd and 30. 35-0 your score. And, right now, clock continues to run. Cars moving up and down Sunnyside Road here in Idaho Falls, where Hillcrest High School is. Tato with the pass over on the right side. Pass complete. Receiver had to drop to his knees to get it. Looks like Tate Prince, junior wide receiver. He picks it up. Ball now placed at the 36-yard line, where it's going to be 3rd and Blackfoot, we'll call it. 3rd and 23. Don't forget to stick around after the game for the IdahoSports.com player of the game. We'll bring that to you, and of course, players almost go to blow over that IdahoSports.com player of the game. That's presented by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Pass down the field. He's got his open receiver and just dropped. The defensive assignment was great by Van Lee, but it was still a catchable ball. And I'll tell you, the fans were coming to their feet, and I think he had it for just a moment. As it is, it's going to bring up a 4th and 23 and a certain punt that's going to bring Borgman back out onto the field. But what an exciting pass down the field, almost hauled in. It's going to be Jordan Tyler back to receive. Tyler, the senior, playing in his last ball game as a Sandpoint Bulldog. And this one he does catch. Defender slips. He gets past him. He's going to go up across the 50-yard line. Now down the 40. He just had one man to beat. If he'd have been able to beat him, he'd have got in, and they would have been able to put some points up on the board. But he gets down just outside of the 30-yard line to about the 32, where it'll be 1st and 10, and really a legitimate shot and opportunity to score if you're the Bulldogs. Right now, you have nothing up on the board. 35-0 your score. Hillcrest on top, just under 4 minutes in the ball game. Well, and what ended up being a good run and good field position for a score, it's going to come back to a hold. And as it is, now it's going to come back to the 40-yard line. They're going to set up in appears to be kind of a modified double wing. So as it is, it's going to be a 4-yard gain on the play. 3.5 minutes now remaining. Now a run up the right side, pickup of another few yards on the play. It's going to be another 4 yards, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Carry that time by 14, Dallin Williams. So Middleton end up winning 6-3 over top of Highland. Highland, after such a promising start, just has really struggled. As Dallin Williams picks up the first down. Low-scoring game up at Middleton and Highland. Highland, yeah, the wheels just came off this season after such a promising start. Lehman out of the backfield, has one man deep. He underthrows him. It's going to be an interception. First interception of the ball game. In fact, the first traditional turnover of the ball game as well. Pass was intended for Brady Newhart. Number 7, Marcus Webster, comes up with the interception. Interesting enough, that is our first traditional turnover of the ballgame. We did have a turnover on downs because of a punt that was about to get blocked, and so Borgman just threw it. And so it ended up being a turnover on downs. But, wow, what a fantastic interception. The ball was slightly underthrown, and Brady Newhart had some distance on the defender. Just was unable to get the pass quite long enough, and defender came in. It was number 7 Webster and picked that off. Now with 2:15 remaining on the clock, Hillcrest has it, and I'd imagine Hillcrest will probably run a play or two and then just nil on it to get it out. Your score still 35-0. Sandpoint did have some promising things that happened at different times of this ball game, but at the end of the day, this Hillcrest team was just the better team tonight, and they're a very good team. Would like to get back to that state championship ball game again. They played in it last year, had an undefeated regular season, went all the way through the state playoffs as well, and then got knocked off in a close game to Bishop Kelly in the state championship game of what was the 4A division last year. That all those teams are now called 5A this year. They added a 6A division. The reason why they did that is the Division 1s, they list them as 1A D1 and 1A D2. They wanted to get rid of that confusion, so the smallest is now 1A, then 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A. So everybody, they didn't physically move up a division, just got renamed, the divisions did. So you're renamed one division higher on the number chart. Running back again, and it's going to be a pickup of, boy, they're not even going to give him, well, they're going to give him about a yard on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and 11, 3rd and 10 we'll call it, minute 15 on the clock, and now if they want to, for the most part, Hillcrest can just kind of nil on this baby. From the shotgun. Now under a minute. He's going to pass. He's going to do it on a modified slant. And brought down. What a hit. This is interesting. Don't know what they're going to call this. If they're going to call this, it might be, let's see. There's Van Lee came in, and we know Van Lee can hit very hard. It looked like a clean hit to me. But hobbling off the field right now is number 29, Taden Packard. And we'll see what the call is. They're calling it a blind. Wow, I thought, so a penalty that I thought was going to be against Sandpoint ended up being a blindside block call against Hillcrest, but they declined it. So it's going to be 4th and 10. Borgman will punt. Looks like we're going to get a timeout through Sandpoint. I heard him yelling, timeout white, timeout white. So it looks like it will be Sandpoint. You know, in Sandpoint, they've got pride. They're going to look, I think, to score this and to see if they can't get something going. .33 seconds remaining in the ball game. Sandpoint calling the timeout. Nice crisp night here just after 9 o'clock from Idaho Falls. So the official just announced something. I'm not quite sure what he announced. The punt is up. It's going to be Jordan Tyler back to get it. He's been there all game long. Boy, and it sure takes a nice Hillcrest bounce for Borgman. It's going to go down inside the 10-yard line. It rests somewhere between the 8 and the 9. And with 21 seconds remaining on the clock, Borgman, what a great way to end this ball game. Borgman has been nothing shy of fantastic for his job on this team. He has been absolutely awesome. Did not miss an extra point. All 5 of their extra points were good. Didn't even have an opportunity to attempt a field goal today. His punts were great. One of them, he was going to get brought down on a punt. There was a high snap, so he just had to throw the ball. It ended up being an ineligible receiver downfield and a turnover on downs. But Borgman has been great. But I'll tell you what, Sweetwood has been very good tonight as well. Called his name on a number of occasions. Lehman comes over to his receiver. It's complete. Brought down. That's number 13, Jesse Turner. First time that we've called his name here in the second half. Called him once in half number 1. Now 14 seconds remaining. Clock will stop for the spot. Looked like he remained in bounds. They're going to try to get another play off, and I think they're going to try to go deep. You know, when you're playing for pride, these are the things you do. And this game comes to an end. Pass is incomplete, and your final score is going to be Hillcrest 35 and Sandpoint 0. The Bulldogs just fell to put extra points up on the board. So let's talk a little bit about what's going to happen. You've got Preston and Blackfoot will be playing. Hillcrest will play the winner of that game. Move on to the second round. We don't know exactly where that's going to be held. Typically, they give the home team in the game, the higher seed, an opportunity to host on their field, or if they can host in a neutral location, kind of like what Skyline did tonight, hosting down in the ICC U-Dome in Pocatello. So really the only thing we have left to do here is list our IdahoSports.com player of the game tonight. It's going to be Tyson Sweetwood. Tyson Sweetwood with a touchdown pass. It was just hot all night. Also had a touchdown of his own. Very impressive. It could have gone to a number of players, but we're going to give it tonight to Tyson Sweetwood. Just did an excellent job. Hillcrest knocks them off 35-0. Today's player of the game is brought to you by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to always keep your head in the game, whether you're on the field or on the road, be in the moment and free from distractions. Once again, that is Tyson Sweetwood. He had the passing touchdown, also had a running touchdown, was consistent all game long. It's been an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of the 2024 Idaho High School Football Postseason, brought to you by Project Filter, Your Health Idaho, Ideal, Idaho's College Saving Program, Valley-Wide Cooperative, your local Toyota dealers, Dip Fusion, Helmet Reconditioning, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. This broadcast also made possible, great support by our local businesses that we had tonight. And I got to get to find where our local businesses are, because I had actually put that sheet down. It's Levitt Insurance Group. It's also Grand Peaks Medical. So we appreciate all that they do for us as well. Congratulations again to our IdahoSports.com player of the game, Tyson Sweetwood, presented by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Thanks again for joining us as the Hillcrest Knights defeat the Sandpoint Bulldogs by a score of 35-0. For everybody else behind the scenes here at IdahoSports.com, my name is Lance Taylor, saying good night.
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes, and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of IdahoSports.com is strictly prohibited.